Hey, you found me. Here we are inside the TopHat Platform. Excellent. Very cool. Yeah, this is just a very quick video just to kind of give you a sense of how this will work. You know, just as you're going through a chapter, there I am, popping up, ready to chat with you. And I just want to be a little more clear about what I'm going to try to do with these videos. I'm not going to try to just recapture the textbook for you. I think the textbook is fairly well written. It lays things out pretty well. And so my lectures are not just going to take that and teach you what you can just as easily read. They will all, though, relate to what you're learning. And so what I will sometimes do is connect different bits of the chapters in different ways. Or if I'm, like in this chapter, for example, we're going to talk about history of psychology, and I know some of the really interesting stories of the history of psychology, some of which were not captured in the textbook, and so that gives me a chance to tell you the stories, and so I will do that kind of thing. And again, my idea will be keep it brief, try to make a point or two per lecture that I make for you. And quite often I will then add maybe the PowerPoints that you can use if I have PowerPoints. I don't for this one, but I will for most of them. And also I may have some questions that I ask you specifically about what I just told you. I'm also writing some questions that I'm not showing you here that will be used on the quizzes and final exam. And so those questions, will also relate to my lecture, which brings up the question, like how much of what I ask you about will be based on the text and how much based on the lecture. And for that, I would say, or the lectures, I would say, it'll kind of be representative of what you're going through. And what I mean by that is most of your learning will be what you read and experience in the textbook proper. And so I would say, 70 to 80% of things on quizzes and tests will be things that are in these chapters. A lot of that, again, will connect with what I lecture about, but I may introduce stuff that's not in the chapters, and you are also responsible for that. And so 20% perhaps of what might be on a quiz or a final exam could be stuff that I brought into this course. And that you will only basically see through the lectures. So obviously you should watch the lectures, do those questions, and consider that part of what you are expected to learn as you go through the course. Okay, final point at this early step is there's questions all through here. If you use them right, if you read or watch or do whatever and then answer the questions and try to answer them as best as you can, remember 7% of your total grade is based on how well you answer them. But if you do them right and really focus on figuring them out and answering them, that will help you big time towards doing well on the final exam, which is 50% of your final mark. You may get an option somewhere along the way where somebody is trying to share questions with the right answers or something like that. If you get that option, I suggest you run away. You're paying a lot of money to learn stuff and to engage with the material in a way that will make you successful after you graduate from university and you're looking for a career. That's what you're actually paying for, is the personal development. If you find a shortcut to get a good mark, let's say you got all the answers to this, and so you could nail a 7 out of 7 without ever doing a question, you're not going to learn the material very well. So you're not going to do so well in the final exam. Any benefit will probably be eliminated right there. But more importantly, you're really cheating yourself if you're doing that. You're cheating yourself of the learning. So I highly encourage you, as you go through here and as you go through these questions, really engage with this material the way it was meant to be engaged with. A lot of people have put a lot of effort into trying to bring psychology to life for you. And so, if you kind of allow what they've tried to do to help your education to do its thing, then you will benefit. And so I strongly encourage you to do that. Take it all at face value and go through it that way. Okay, so this is my quick, where's Waldo? You found Waldo. Here it is. Way to go. Start reading on through, and before long you will encounter my first real lecture. Yeah, you'll see me then. All right, have fun reading.